will talk about the Ganga river system. Okay. River Bhagirathi and Alaknanda emerging from Gangotri area in Himalayas merge with each other at Devprayag. So there are two rivers, okay, River Bhagirathi and River Alaknanda. They merge, okay, they connect to each other at a place called Gangotri, which is near Devprayag. Devprayag is Uttarakhand. So ઉત્તરાખંડ પાસે બે રિવર ભગીરથી અને અલકનંદા બઈ એક મળી જાય અને આ બઈ રિવર્સ આર હિમાલયન રિવર્સ. Ganga leaves the mountain terrain and enters the plains near Haridwar. So the river Ganga which is there, okay, if you look over here, river Ganga, okay, it leaves the mountainous region, okay, and then it enters the place called Haridwar. Haridwar you all might be knowing, okay, it's a religious place for all of us, and a lot of people do dubki in the Ganga river in Haridwar. So the river Ganga, it starts from the mountainous region and then it enters the plains near this place called Haridwar. Many Himalayan rivers meet Ganga. Among them are Ghagra, Gantak and Konsi are the major rivers. So they are saying many rivers meet Ganga. Okay, this is the Ganga river. Okay, like Ghagra. If you see Ghagra river meets Ganga. Okay, you have Gadak. They have not shown Gadak over here. Okay, here it is. See Gadak, Ghagra, Konsi, all these rivers, they meet the river Ganga over here. Okay, they meet. Yamuna emerges from Yamunotri in Himalayas. So if you look over here, you have the Yamuna river, and the Yamuna river, it starts from the Yamunotri region in Himalayas. It starts from here. Okay, this is the Himalayas. It starts from here. This is the Yamuna river which starts from Yamunotri, and Ganga river starts from Gangotri. Okay, flowing to the right side of Ganga, it merges with Ganga near Allahabad. So it is moving on the right side of Ganga. This is Ganga. It meets and it's flowing on the right side of Ganga, and it meets the Ganga at a place called Allahabad. So this is Allahabad. It is here where Ganga and Yamuna both merge and become one river. The source of Ghagra, Gandak, Konsi river lies in Nepal. Okay, so what they are saying is your Ghagra, Gandak and Konsi river, these three rivers which are a part of Ganga river, they start from Nepal. See, okay, Gathak, Konsi, Ghagra, they all start from Nepal and then they meet Ganga river. Okay, hence the northern plains experience floods disaster every year. So if you see in the north side, so many rivers are there, and that is the reason why the north experiences floods. Okay, you might have heard about floods in Haridwar, floods in Assam, flood in all these places. Why? Because major rivers are in the north side of India. Thus, there is heavy loss of life and property in some areas, yet India has been able to maintain prosperity in agriculture through the fertile plains formed in these rivers. So what they are trying to say that, however, there are a lot of floods that happen in the north region, nevertheless, this northern region is very, very fertile, is very, very pure, and agriculture is at a very good rate in this place. Few rivers like Chambal, Betwa originate in the peninsular plateau and meet Yamuna. So there are certain rivers which start in the peninsular region. Peninsular એટલે આ region. So there are many rivers which start in the peninsular region and then they meet Yamuna. For example, Chambal and Betwa. Okay, let's find where is Chambal and Betwa. So Chambal and Betwa, these two rivers which are there, they actually start in a peninsular region. That is, in this region they start and they meet the Yamuna river. So Son river meets Ganga. Okay, another river is Son river. Okay, and the Son river also meets the Ganga river. The combined flow of these rivers from north and south is divided down the stream into two branches. One branch enters Bangladesh, which is known as Padma. Other branch is known as Bhagirathi Hooghly in West Bengal. So these two rivers which are there, that is Yamuna river plain and the Ganga river plain, they divide into two parts. One enters Bangladesh and the other enters the West Bengal. The flow of Ganga, which is known as Bangladesh, merges with Brahmaputra river. So the Ganga river which enters Bangladesh, it meets the river called Brahmaputra in Bangladesh, and together they are called as Megha. The Ganga Brahmaputra delta is the most fertile delta and is known as Sundarban. So what they are saying is that this river Brahmaputra, which actually starts in Bangladesh, also enters West Bengal, and the river and West Bengal, that is why there is this fertile land called Sundarbans. This land is so fertile, and you will find the Bengal tiger over here, okay, in the Sundarbans. Now we will move to the Brahmaputra river system. River Brahmaputra originates near Mansarovar in Tibet. So river Brahmaputra starts at Mansarovar in Tibet. From here the river Brahmaputra starts, okay. Its source is near the place of origin of rivers Sindhu and Satluj. Most of it flows outside India. So what they are trying to say is that most of the river Brahmaputra is flowing outside of India. Only very little part of it comes to India, okay. The river flows in the east parallel to Himalayan mountains. So which side is the river moving? It's moving towards east. So your Himalayan mountains are here. So it moves away from the Himalayan mountain and it's moving towards the east side. Near Namcha Barwa, it takes a U-turn and enters Arunachal Pradesh. Here it is known as Dihang. So it takes a U-turn from a place called Barcha, okay, and it enters Arunachal Pradesh, and in Arunachal Pradesh it is called as Dihang. The river with Lothal and Kemwal tributaries is collectively known as the Brahmaputra in Assam. So this river has two tributaries. Brahmaputra has two tributaries, that is Lohit and Kenula, and they enter Assam with these two tributaries, okay. And when it enters Assam, it is called as Brahmaputra. When it enters Arunachal Pradesh, what is the river called as? Dihang. There is less of the sediments in the river in Tibet. In India, the river passes through regions of heavy rainfall. So further down, there is more of water mass in the well of sediments. Many tributaries meet the river in Assam. This Brahmaputra river flows in a braided form. So what they are trying to say is that this river has lot of water because of heavy rainfall. And you might have seen that Assam has experienced floods. The reason why Assam experiences so much of flood is because of river Brahmaputra. Now the Brahmaputra river gets lots and lots of water because of heavy rainfall, okay, and because of that the place experiences flood. Every year there is a huge increase in its water, and as it overflows during rainy season, as a result devastating floods often occur in Assam. Now because this river is flowing at such a great speed, because of the influence of this river, this place Assam experiences floods every year, and even Bangladesh. There is a contrast in this river compared to other rivers of North India. Due to heavy rains in Assam during monsoon, these large deposition, the increasing level of sand in the river raises the bed higher. So there is a frequent changes in the course of river. So what they are saying is that this river Brahmaputra which is there is very, very different from the rivers that flow in North India. The reason is that because of heavy floods, the river Brahmaputra carries with it lot of soil. હવે સોઇલ ભેગું કરતી જાય એટલે એની અંદર સોઇલનો કન્ટેન્ટ વધતો જાય, રાઈટ. હવે જ્યારે તમે રિવર જોશો તો રિવરની નીચે બી there is sand, right? સો એ સેન્ડનું લેવલ ઊંચું 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 આવતું જાય અને ઘણીવાર બ્રહ્મપુત્ર એનો જે ટ્રેક હોય એ બદલી નાખે, એનો જે રૂટ હોય એ બદલી નાખે. સો મેની ટાઈમ્સ બ્રહ્મપુત્ર રિવર હેઝ ચેન્જ ઇટ્સ રૂટ, હેઝ ચેન્જ ઇટ્સ ટ્રેક because of the soil that it's collected by the river Brahmaputra. Now we will talk about the peninsular river. Western Ghats is contributed in the main river divide for peninsular rivers. Okay, so peninsular rivers, the main rivers, why the peninsular river gets divided is because of the Western Ghats. Major rivers of the peninsula are Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri, etc. So these are all the peninsular rivers that flow in India. All these rivers flow eastwards and meet Bay of Bengal. We did this yesterday also, that these rivers, they flow in the east direction and they meet the Bay of Bengal. Many rivers flow in the west of Western Ghat. Large rivers like Narmada, Tapi flow from east to west and meet the Arabian Sea. So there are two rivers, that is Narmada and Tapi. Both of them meet Arabian Sea. Baki rest of it goes and meets the Bay of Bengal in the east direction. So now we will talk about the river basins which are there. The first is the Narmada river basin. Narmada originates near Amarkantak near Madhya Pradesh. So where does the river Narmada start? It starts next to Madhya Pradesh. Okay. It flows westward in the Rift Valley. It flows through the rocky terrain, marble near Jabalpur, and flows faster due to slope. The Damodar Falls are located here. So what they are saying, that this river Narmada, it flows in the west direction. Okay, so this river Narmada is flowing in the west direction and it passes through marbles, it passes through stones, it passes through different rock regions. And because this river is flowing in a slope direction, ઢાળમાં જાય છે, that is why our river no ek waterfall bhi છે which are called as the Dhundar Falls. Okay, because this river is flowing in the slope એટલે ઢાળમાં જાય છે. Okay, and as you know, this river is flowing in the west direction to meet Arabian Sea. It is flowing through the slope, and because of this slope you do see the waterfall happening, which is the Damodar Falls. Tributaries of these rivers do not have longer flow. Most of the rivers meet at right angle. Its basin is spread over Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat. Narmada is about 1312 km long. So what they are saying, this Narmada does have tributaries, but tributaries are not long. They are chota tributaries which meet Narmada at a right angle. And river Narmada, as you know, flows through Gujarat, flows through Madhya Pradesh. Okay. Next is Tapi Basin. Satpura range are located in Madhya Pradesh. Tapi river originates in Betul district and flows in the Rift Valley parallel to Narmada and meets the Arabian Sea. So now Tapi is also river Tapi, which is right below Narmada. Okay, they both originate, both of them, they both start in Madhya Pradesh and then they flow and meet the Arabian Sea. Okay. Now what happens is that this river also goes through valley. This river also runs parallel એટલે સાથે નર્મદાની સાથે it flows and meets the Arabian Sea. It has extension basin in Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra. So what happens is it flows a lot in Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh. Coastal plains between Arabian Sea and Western Ghat is very narrow, so the river has a shorter flow. So what they are saying is that because this river starts in the coastal region, coastal એટલે પાણીવાળા region માંથી start થાય છે, that is why this river no flow is very short. Okay, this flow of the river is very short and in a short distance only it goes and meets the Arabian Sea. Major rivers flowing westward having shorter course. Major rivers flowing westward are Sabarmati and Mahi. Tapi is almost 724 kilometers long. So what they are saying, what are the tributaries of Tapi, Sabarmati and Mahi, and the flow is short. See, 724 kilometers only in comparison to Narmada. See, Narmada has 1312. Okay. So now the third one is the Godavari Basin. This is the largest of the peninsular river. So the largest peninsular river which is there is the Godavari river. Okay. It starts from the slopes of the Western Ghat near Nasik in Maharashtra, and it's about 1465 kilometer long. So it starts in Maharashtra in Nasik, and how long is it? 1465. It flows east and meets Bay of Bengal. So this river which is there, Godavari, it flows in the east direction and meets the Bay of Bengal. It is the largest basin among the peninsular rivers. So among the peninsular river, the Godavari basin is the largest basin. About 50% of the basin lies in Maharashtra and rest in Madhya Pradesh and Andhra Pradesh. So 50% is in Maharashtra, baki other it's distributed in Madhya Pradesh and Andhra Pradesh. Many tributaries meet Godavari. Among them are Purna, Vardha, Paranhita, Majra, Vainganga and Penganga. So these are the different tributaries of river Godavari. Learn any three. Okay, Godavari has the largest flow of large basin, and so it is known as the Ganga of South. So because the flow is really large of Godavari, it is also called as the Ganga of South. Okay. Next is Mahanadi basin. Mahanadi originates in the mountainous areas of Chhattisgarh. So Mahanadi starts from where? It starts from Chhattisgarh. It flows through Odisha and meets Bay of Bengal. So if you see Mahanadi, okay, somewhere over here it's meeting at Odisha. Let me see if they have given Mahanadi. Okay, so your Mahanadi, it starts from Odisha. Okay, sorry, it starts from Chhattisgarh and it flows towards Odisha and meets Bay of Bengal. So if you see Mahanadi, it starts from Chhattisgarh and then it goes to Odisha, and from Odisha it goes to Bay of Bengal. It is about 860 kilometer long, and it has a basin spread to Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand and Odisha. So what is the distance? 860 kilometer, and what all areas does it cover? Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand and Odisha. Next is the Krishna basin. It originates near Mahabaleshwar in Maharashtra. Okay, Krishna basin, it starts near Mahabaleshwar in Maharashtra. Okay, they have not given it over here. It is about 1004 kilometer long. Tungabhadra, Koyna, Ghanputra, Monsi, Bhima are the major tributaries. So any tributaries learn any three. Its basin extends to Maharashtra, Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh. So the basin is spread over all these three states. The last is the Kaveri basin. It originates in Brahmagiri region in Western Ghats. So Kaveri basin, it originates in the Western Ghat region. Kaveri. Okay. And it's about 760 kilometer long. Amravati, Bhavani, Hemanti and Kalini are the major tributaries. So any tributaries there. The basin extends in Kerala, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. So these three states are covered by the basin. It meets Bay of Bengal to the south of Kudiyotrin in Tamil Nadu. So it passes through Tamil Nadu and then it meets the Bay of Bengal. There are other small rivers which flow eastwards and meet Bay of Bengal. These rivers include Damodar, Brahmani, Vaitnal and Surnekha. It's okay, don't do these. Only do it till here. Okay. With this we finish the Ganga river basin, Brahmaputra river basin, Sindhu river basin and the peninsular river basins which are there.